Hey Collective, Una Fierce here, the Eclectic Witch Tarot Show. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Monday to you. Set for a new week and some good new beginnings. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are. I'm going to just clear the energy in the space real quick. All right. One more shuffle and we'll get on. All right, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know today? Please help me to bring a clear and concise message. All right, this first one out is it's time to release negativity. Okay. Swear to God, I get that card every reading. All right, Spirit. Let's get some new cards tonight, Spirit. There's 3. You're very close to achieving your goal. Look at the bigger picture. And a personal issue reaches resolution. All right, Spirit, do you have one more? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, good enough. All right, so let's see here. This is the full moon in Scorpio. Let's see, where are we? We're in a new moon cycle. We just had that pass by. All right, let's see any new moon energy. These are all full moon energies. Okay, so maybe you've been feeling kind of stressed out about something. Full moon energy is usually excitement, a little bit too much excitement possibly. I feel like this person's been having some issues with maintaining a positive attitude about how things are going in their outer reality. Okay, Spirit's saying it's time to let go of that because you're only going to continue to manifest more of that, okay? You're very close to achieving your goal. Spirit's saying the end is almost near. You're almost to the finish line. You're doing well, okay? There's nothing to be negative about. You just need to remember that everything that happens to you is for you and not to you, okay? Even though it seems that, maybe you're not really excited about the things that have been going on, it's for your highest and best good. You've manifested everything that is happening and it was for a reason, okay? So look at the bigger picture. Spirit saying that's what's going on. You manifested this for a reason. You needed to learn some lessons or look at things from a different way, okay? And Spirit's asking you to do just that. Look at it. Look at the bigger picture of things. Like, what else is happening besides just this one thing that you're having a focus on? Look around and see, what's good about what's happening, and try to put more focus on that, okay? And realize what the reason is for why it's all happening the way it is, okay? Personal issue reaches a resolution, all right? Yeah, I feel like Spirit's saying that you're going to start seeing, why it's all been going the way it has, and it's going to start making more sense, and you're going to come to a conclusion. You're going to come to a good ending on this, okay? And it's the end of a tough cycle. So Spirit's saying it's not, you think that this is bad what's happening and stuff, but no, you just needed to learn these lessons and you're understanding what's happening, okay? And the hard times are almost over, okay? So just hang in there. All right, Spirit, where are we going from here? Let's see. Not sure what these energies really are. Let's get a story out of the Kipper deck. What negative things specifically are we talking about here, Spirit? What is it we need to look at, Spirit? Okay. Can I get one for it's time to release negativity, please? That's too many. Just one on the table, please, for it's time to release negativity. got a child and we've got a main female in reverse. All right, this could be a physical child. It could also be some sort of new business adventure or some sort of new venture that somebody's trying to create, something that somebody's trying to do. Okay. Main female in reverse. I'm gonna move this so you can see better. Maybe if you're a male, maybe you and your wife are going through, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Some kind of negativity about a main female and a child with it in reverse. Would it be a good thing about the female? No. Some lady in your life has got something of yours. It may be your kid, it may be your house, it may be your business, it may be maybe you guys had some sort of plans together that got disrupted. Something that you were creating together. I feel like you're feeling like this lady is not on your side with this, and I feel like, are you seeing the picture the wrong way? Are you making assumptions that she's not on your side? Maybe you're thinking your wife is going to leave you, and you might be wrong. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. Justice is here. Okay. Well, maybe there is some sort of negative female in your life, and maybe it is your ex-wife has got your child. Okay. But I feel like Spirit's saying, don't worry, you're going to be justified in whatever this is. What about look at the bigger picture, Spirit? Can I get one for look at the bigger picture, Spirit? Got mature woman. Maybe this is a mom. Maybe this is an ex-wife and this is a new wife or a new girlfriend, an older sister, a mom, an aunt, a grandma. I feel like they're going to be of some sort of help to you. Maybe they know the story behind whatever it is that you're not aware of. Can I get one for a personal issue reaches resolution, please, Spirit? Poverty. Okay. Maybe it was some sort of divorce situation. Your wife took you for all your stuff. Okay. Things have just been not in a very good, I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you guys the cards. These children that used to be chimney sweeps, sometimes they would do that even when there was a fire burning, like your life expectancy wasn't long when you had a life like this. So something has been hurting you and like desperately hurting you. But this personal issue reaches a resolution. Spirit says you've been having some sort of issues. Maybe it is money. Maybe it's just your lifestyle, the way your life has been going. And then the end of a tough cycle approaches. We've got wealthy man. Okay, before this came out, I was just looking at this. I feel like you are this main female in reverse. Maybe you're a single mom. Things have been hard. Okay, but Spirit's saying your justice is coming. Maybe dad didn't help, taking care of the kid, or isn't helping with taking care of the kid. Spirit's saying something's going to happen here. Be mature about this. Show your best self, okay, when you're in this courtroom in front of this judge and you're presenting yourself. Spirit's asking you to be your higher self and look at the full span of what could be and not just what you think you're seeing, okay? Because you're about to come out of this poverty, and I feel like there is a wealthy man coming in your path, okay? All right, Spirit. Let's see. Is this a love reading? Let's actually let's get some celestial insights on this. All right, Spirit, what's this? It's time to release negativity, and this main female in reverse and child. We've got boundary. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for your well-being. Do you feel overwhelmed by others? Clearly define your limits to protect your emotional and mental space. Okay, maybe your child has been giving you a hard time. Maybe you're learning to set boundaries with your children, learning about being some more efficient parenting styles, possibly. Maybe your child has done something to put you in the place of poverty. Maybe you have a teenager who can't keep the noise level down and got you kicked out of your apartment. This could be a few things, but it's somebody in your life you've had to learn how to set boundaries with them and show them that you're not to be walked over, okay, that you love them, but you deserve respect, and this is what you expect, and what things that making clear what you need in the situation, okay? I feel like somebody's been trying to just run through you, and you're needing to make your needs known so that you can continue to be a good parent, okay? And take care of your own emotional needs. You can't fill someone else's cup when yours is empty, right? And these boundaries are essential. We have to do this for ourselves. For adjudication, and you're very close to achieving your goal, we've got value indication. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you've been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident in your nature. Yeah, I feel like this might be a parenting situation. I feel like whoever it is you're dealing with, you've been allowing things to go on that you shouldn't have been, that you're realizing that you shouldn't have been. And now you're having to back up and make the situation right, which is sometimes harder than if we do it the first time. We say what we need the first time. But I feel like because you're setting these boundaries and you're making your needs known, I feel like you're going to be heard, okay? And Spirit's telling you, you deserve this. You are worthy of this. You're just as important as everybody else. The things that you need for you are just as important as theirs, okay? And that you're not wrong for needing to set people straight so that you can feel better yourself, okay? if you're doubting yourself, Spirit's asking you to do something to change your mindset, change your subconscious mind about who you are and what you deserve. Maybe you want to use positive affirmations and something to rewrite what your subconscious is telling you. These are belief systems from your childhood. Maybe your parents told you you weren't worth anything, whatever. People in your life have crapped all over you, and you've just come to believe that that's what you deserve. But Spirit's telling you, no, that's not true, but you do need to do something to change your mindset so that you don't keep accepting that and expecting that from people in your life, okay? And once you realize that you are worthy of having what you want, that the earth will respond, everything in your existence will respond in kind, okay? But it's up to you to set the precedent, okay? I get one for look at the bigger picture and mature woman, please, Spirit. Got gratitude. Gratitude helps bring more joy and abundance. Have you been overlooking the good in your life? Take a moment to appreciate what you have. This mindset will attract even more positivity. Yeah, I feel like you've just been overwhelmed, okay, with the way life has been treating you, okay? But we can't manifest something better without expecting something better and being thankful for something better. And you have to, if you continue to expect more terrible things, okay, then the universe is going to respond by saying, yes, you're right, you need more terrible things, here you go. So before you can change your environment, you have to change your mindset, okay? And that's where this, setting boundaries, reworking your subconscious, being thankful for everything that you do get, and if you're having a hard time finding things to be grateful for, just get real basic, hey, God, thank you for the sunshine today. Thank you for, the fact that the birds are out there on the bird bath and that I got to watch them for 5 minutes, and thank you that I have heat today. Thank you for this comfy bed that I'm sleeping in this morning, and get up and start your day that way. Like, get up and immediately look around the room and find things to be grateful for. It can just be, thank you that I woke up today, just get real basic and just, be thankful for everything though, okay? Everything that you can be thankful for and bless, you're going to receive more blessings. You're going to start seeing more things to be thankful for, but your mind has to be looking for the things to be thankful for. And if you're not speaking that into the universe, it won't know to bring you more of it. So you have to say it. Thank you that I'm so appreciative. I have, and even if you don't have money, say, thank you that I have everything that I need, and I'm looking forward to more coming. You have to change the way that your mind perceives what is happening around you. And even if you have to lie to yourself, that's how it works, okay? But if you are having a hard time lying to yourself, then just get really basic, like I said, and just be thankful for a grain of sand, okay? If that's all you got, be thankful for it. For poverty, personal issues with a resolution, we've got tree, like a tree. Deep roots create stability and growth. Are you feeling ungrounded? Focus on building a strong foundation in all areas of your life to support your long-term growth. Okay. Yeah, I feel like things have been uncertain. Maybe it is finances specifically have been uncertain. Maybe you've just been recently laid off on your job and you're feeling like everything's falling apart. And I can certainly relate with this, you guys. I have been there, done that. And I'm thankful that I'm not that. And you need to remember that you're not that, Okay, that's not who you are. You're not the poor lady with the kid with that doesn't respect you, that treats you like crap. You are a sovereign being. You are this oak tree. You are solid. You are grounded. You are worthy of everything that you want. Everything in that picture is yours if you want it. Okay? But you have to know that. And you should know too that you are worthy just because you're alive. You don't have to be anything. Just the fact that you're breathing makes you worthy of anything you want. But your head is up in the clouds right now. You're so worried. Okay? You have to get grounded. You have to bring yourself back down to the earth and stop worrying about what's happening in the ethers, okay? So you can do things to ground yourself. These stones, garnets, all the black stones, those are grounding. Taking a walk in nature, take your shoes off if you're in an area where that's possible, and touch a tree while you're doing it. Anything to just be able to clear your mind and connect with Mother Gaia is going to bring you back to where you can focus, okay? And I feel like Spirit's saying if you can just calm down, bring yourself back here and focus on what it is you need to do, you're going to see the answers that you need to see, okay? And then you're going to start wanting to make a plan, right? What can you do differently that's going to change your situation? You're perfectly capable of coming up with something, okay? This is your life, that your video game that you're in charge of, that you're the avatar that you're creating, okay? This is your Minecraft, all right? You're creating everything in your space. You're perfectly capable of doing that. But you have to be paying attention and thinking about what it is you want to do, right? But you have to be here in the present moment in order to be able to do that. So that's another thing, practicing mindfulness, being aware of the things that are happening in your space and giving them your attention. Sometimes we just get so busy and things like that, we're living for the next moment all the time, or we're in the past still thinking about what happened yesterday at breakfast. We need to stay in this moment right here and see what is happening right now and how can we manipulate it. And that's how you change your direction. But I feel like Spirit's saying if you'll do that, if you'll do all those things or any of those things, whatever it is that resonates with you, you're going to find your resolution to this. You're going to be able to figure out a new way. And then for an end of a tough cycle approaches, we've got renewal. You are entering a phase of renewal and fresh energy. Have you been feeling worn out? It's time to refresh yourself. Whether by resting or changing your environment, new energy is on the way. This is also on under Wealthy Man. Okay. So Wealthy Man doesn't necessarily have to be a man. Like these, we do have men and women on these cards. I feel like this deck specifically, they try to keep it with the sexes, okay? So maybe it is a man. But in tarot, it's not always, maybe you've been in your masculine energy, which would make sense if you're a single mom, you're probably the mother and the father and the, doing everything for everybody, right? But I feel like it's a good possibility there might be somebody coming in your life to help you. Or you are finding a way to help yourself. And I feel like I'm getting it's a balance of energy, okay? So maybe you've been in your masculine energy for so long that you've forgotten to pamper yourself a little bit. I feel like you're being asked to focus a lot more on your needs for sure. But also, don't forget, go paint your nails. You can do simple things. It doesn't have to be, major, you don't have to do major things to get yourself back in your feminine energy to so that you can create your intuition and start creating new ways of doing things. But maybe take a nice little salt bath, maybe take a bubble bath, take a 20-minute shower instead of a quick 5-minute one every once in a while. Okay. Get your nails done, get your hair did, get your go buy a new dress, whatever it is that you can do for yourself to make yourself feel better. I feel like this is highly needed, and I do feel like that's what this is. I feel like you've been in your masculine energy and you're just and that would explain why you're not seeing the solution. You're just so busy working and trying to chasing money, okay, to try to fix things. But I feel like what's happening is by doing that is you're missing that Spirit's got a better way for you. There's a way for you to create ease and grace and joy and balance of your energy. But I feel like you're not going to see it unless you take the time to slow down and allow yourself to just take a deep breath, relax just a little bit. But Spirit's saying you're going to get some help here. Your angels want to help you, but you have to be open to hearing them helping you and showing you. You have to be open to angel numbers and seeing the signs in nature and things like that. If you never go outside and go for a walk, how are you going to know what nature's trying to show you that you can do differently? Okay, the signs are always there, but we have to be present and create time to get them. And if we're constantly running and freaking out and chasing money, working, whatever you gotta do, but somewhere in there, if you have to get up a little bit early, give yourself some time to connect with your higher self and see what it is that Spirit's trying to show you that you can do differently here. Okay, what can I get for boundaries, Spirit? All right, we got 2. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. And this other one says nonsense. It's time to talk sense. Okay. I feel like you've been... Maybe you blame yourself. Maybe you're divorced, okay? And you blame yourself for this divorce. You blame yourself for the way that your kids have turned out. You've, felt like you've not been a very good mom. Maybe you haven't had time to spend with them and they're getting in trouble at school or something like that. Whatever it is that's going wrong here, you're blaming yourself for it. And Spirit's saying it is not your fault. Your kids are responsible for what they do. Your husband was responsible for what he did. Everything does not fall on you. Okay? You should not take the responsibility for everyone around you. You only can control what you do, okay? And you have to stop beating yourself up over this, okay? This is not your fault, guys. About adjudication, value indication, and you're close to achieving your goals, Spirit. What good news do we have about this? Here it is. Set your course. Know where you wish to go. Have a plan, the right direction. Number 22. Yeah, I feel like maybe you've had some ideas. You've been thinking about some things that you can change, do differently to bring balance into your life. And I feel like Spirit's saying you just need to get started on it. You just need to do it, okay? Know what it is that you want, all right? Decide the steps that it's going to take to get there, and get going at it. And you're going to see that you are actually very close to achieving this goal, okay? You just need to spend a little time with your planning, all right? For gratitude, we've got belong to your own dream, create your own life. Look at the bigger picture. This is under. Yeah, I feel like you've got dreams for yourself. You've been living for everyone else. And you're tired. Okay? You're tired of doing what everyone else wants, and you're ready for something for you, and you deserve that. You know, as parents, we do tend to lose ourselves in our kids and lose ourselves in our jobs and lose ourselves in our responsibilities. But you only can do that for so long, okay, before you start losing your soul. I feel like Spirit's saying you really have to start trying to see the good that's coming in. Look for these things to be grateful for, no matter how small. Start being thankful and realizing, because what the thing is about gratitude, once you start looking for things to be thankful for, you start realizing there's a lot more to be thankful for than you ever really realized. We take a lot of things for granted. We don't even realize how blessed we are because it's just stuff that we see every day. But once you start looking for it, you start realizing, wow, I'm actually not doing too bad, you know? And the more that you can show gratitude for the things that you're seeing, the better you're going to be equipped for creating what it is that you want, okay? And you're going to be seeing more of the better things. Okay. Spirit wants you to be happy and have the things that you want as well. You're just as important as everybody else. For a tree, poverty and a personal issue reaches resolution. We've got changed in the night. You are changed quickly. Yeah, I feel like once you start doing these things, get yourself grounded, balancing your energy, you know, being thankful, maybe doing some meditation in the morning, you know, and putting a stop to whatever this crap is with the kids, okay? That you're going to start seeing these changes are coming in quickly. Like, it's not going to take as much work as you think it's going to do to change your situation. You're not really that far off from the goal line. I feel like just by giving yourself a little bit of attention and giving your surroundings more of your mindfulness, like, you know, focusing more on really what's going on around you and being happy for it, that you're gonna be seeing, you know, this resolution quickly. It's not gonna take long, okay, you guys? The end of a tough cycle approaches, Spirit. Can I get one for that and renewal? Becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. I feel like you've been resilient. You know, it's been a long time coming with this. But Spirit's telling you, you do have exactly everything that you need to do this for yourself. You just are going to have to get grounded and do all the stuff that we just talked about, okay? In order to get this new perspective on your life. But you do need it because it's robbing you of everything that you love, everything that's important to you, everything that you are. And you are capable of doing this. You are that strong. You are perfect. Okay, you're perfect for all the things that you're doing. The Spirit wants to reward you and bless you and show you how amazing you really are. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, blessed new week. And if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And hope you guys just take care of yourselves and have a great day. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming.